Hey there, and welcome to another Slab City update. Let's get right to it. It's my birthday this week coming up, and I want y'all to buy me some shit, so I'm going to give away some shit. Here's how it's going to work. Anybody who sends me some money via PayPal, buys me something off my wish list, sends me something via UPS or FedEx to my location here in Slab City, you are going to be the first people to receive a copy of my cookbook. And for those of you who spend $50 or more in these gifts, I'm going to put your name in a hat. I'm going to draw a name. And whoever's name I draw is going to get this lovely piece of artwork. That's right, you've seen it. It's been here. This could be yours. People have expressed interest in it. Yep. Yeah, you could own that. If you buy me something off my wish list that's worth $50 or more, send me money via PayPal, $50 or more. And make sure that you do include, a receipt or something like that if you actually send it to here. And I need to receive that by May 1st. At the time of May 1st, any gifts will no longer, well, I'll still give you my cookbook. That's not a problem. And, but yeah, as far as $50 or more and winning that lovely thing, yeah, that ends May 1st. May 1st, I'll draw a name. Winner is responsible for shipping and handling costs. Now that I got all that out of the way, how about 4 questions with Cause? Hey, this is another 4 questions with Cause. We have Francis with us today. Francis, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Francis. I'm 28 years old. I live in a big old U-Haul that I built an apartment in with my dog and my cat from Missouri.
Oh, you're from Missouri?
Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that. All right. So, what did bring you to Slab City?
I had heard about Slab City when I was building my truck when I bought it, and I decided to do the project in Missouri. But then I had come to California unexpectedly, and I was in Los Angeles. In Los Angeles, they had just repealed this law where you couldn't live in your car. And so they deemed that it was unconstitutional, and so all in Los Angeles County, you could sleep in your car. And so that meant that it was like a welcoming place for me. And so I was in LA, but it was really tough because LA is like the beast, it's like really busy, and it was trying to eat my van. And I just saw the city of LA parking emblems. They have one for everything. Like, it doesn't matter what you have, they will tow it. You know that? Like I woke up one morning on Venice Boulevard, my van was not working, and I looked out the window, and there's this RV, this poor thing, the guy's taking everything off of it that's worth anything, and there's a crane that's picking it up and putting it on a huge semi-truck, and they both have just the emblems, like City of Los Angeles parking, like, they get you no matter what. And wow. So I was looking at that as being eaten, and I decided I needed to get somewhere where I could park for an indefinite period of time and basically just be left alone. And and I knew about Slab City from I'd heard about it on different sources, like talking about building houses and living off grid and stuff like that. And so I came out here on Thanksgiving night, and I couldn't stop my truck from running, because if I did, I couldn't turn it back on. It was so messed up. So I came out here and I landed in the Wash, which is an area that's northmost, that's northmost in the slabs. And I parked my van down there, and I thought it would never work again.
But it is, and you're leaving today.
Yes, I'm leaving today.
All right. So, what has been your favorite thing about Slab City?
The freedom that it offered me to be able to live somewhere without being pestered, and able to just kind of make my own way. I really like that. I like the independence, because I have the truck, and when I got here, I said I would live in it and build it out, which was an insane idea. And when I got here, I actually had the opportunity to do that and to like build things and be creative, and have that freedom and like burn my trash if I need to, and you know, like dig a latrine for myself, and basically like an indefinite campsite that had very little regulations. So it was like camping like summer camp from heaven, like summer camp for adults.
Right on. What has surprised you the most about Slab City?
The thing that I think that surprises me the most, that did when I first got here, was that people were nicer than I expected them to be. I expected people here to be very independent and like unlikely to do something like throw a party or like have people over or like share, you know, some weed with you or something like that. Like I thought of this as like you know, desert rats and people that have to haul their own water, and I thought people would be, and it is like that, but people aren't mean because of that.
Yeah.
Like it's not like Tremors.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be like Tremors, you know, like those people. Like.
All right. And lastly, if there was one thing you could change about the place, what would it be?
One thing I could change about Slab City. I don't know. Slab City is a campsite, and it's right next to like an off-highway vehicle area in California, and it gets a lot of attention, I'd say, for like control and ownership and like what will happen, and you know, does Slab City have a future, or is its future in jeopardy and stuff like that. And I would say to change the perspective on this place, that it's just this very deregulated campsite. I mean, and that's pretty much all it is. I don't know, I guess change the reputation of it in that way, because some people come here and they have the complete wrong idea about the place, including people that are really important, like cops. Like those people like need to have the right ideas about the place. And yeah, I would say that yeah, I would change. I don't know what.
Change the reputation of the place.
I'd say I would. Well, I just want people to know that it's a campsite in the desert, and so like it's not necessarily. There's no organization here. You know, everyone's camping, and that's like the paradigm of the place, and I think that that's a lot more understandable, because the way I thought of it was like everyone was in like a giant parking lot. That's what I thought before I came here, like a giant parking lot, like the slums of China or something, with like curtains hanging over, and
it does kind of look a little third worldish.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's just because you have access to the same materials that a lot of those people do, and that's like people are what, enterprising, I guess. You built this whole thing out of pallets. I built my whole place out of trash here and glue. But yeah, I mean, I guess I don't want to say anything negative. It made me nervous to say anything negative, but I'd say that there's a lot of misunderstandings about Slab City. For instance, it is a desert, and so like you need to have water. This needs to be like this important thing on your list, and it's something that most people can achieve. Like something that most people can achieve. You need to have water. You know, you need to have food. I would actually, let me say, now that I've calmed down a little bit from being so nervous about this question, I would say that I would want people to know that you're supposed to build a camp here. The traditional way, I think, to enjoy Slab City, and what helped me being a stranger here and interacting with some of the older people and people that have been here a long time, was knowing from the books that I had read and stuff that this was a place where people would build things, especially houses, and live in them and tell other people to fuck off. And that seemed really good to me. And I would say to really increase that that image, and you know, people aren't getting anything for free. Living in the desert is difficult. It's so it's definitely almost like a whole culture itself. But to kind of make that known, that that's like, because that's my understanding of Slab City, and that's something that really helped me a lot. Like, oh shit, that really helped me a lot when I first got here.
Right on. Cool. Well, that's been another 4 Questions with Cause.
Welcome back. Yeah, it's been a pretty slow week, although I did have one interesting thing happen. I had been sitting at the internet cafe for most of the day, uploading my last video, and after it was uploaded, I started walking towards my house, And I noticed that there was a white truck in my driveway, and I did not recognize it. And then I noticed someone kind of coming around from the back side of my house, kind of looking at my door and stuff like that. So I yelled from pretty far away, "Hey, can I fucking help you?" And because, yeah, I don't really appreciate people kind of poking around my place when I ain't up there. And person hollered back. I couldn't really hear them, so we waited until we got face to face, and the person was like, "Hey, cuz, like, I know you, you don't know me, I watch you on your videos, I was coming out to meet you, and as well as Cornelius, and, you know, I saw your pallet, like, I knew this was your place, so I came up." I'm like, "Oh, alright, yeah, sorry for setting you off, you know, sometimes they're less scrupulous people kind of poking around," and so we sat and shot the shit for a little bit. Ended up taking him down to the library, meeting Cornelius. He ended up taking me out to eat. Went to Carl's Jr. And yeah, so that was kind of cool to meet a fan. I mean, for the most part, it was pretty cool. I was a little bit of an asshole to begin with, but he did say that I am pretty much just like I am on YouTube, so I feel pretty good about that, that I'm not really trying to put on a show or anything. I'm just who I am, and apparently some of you enjoy it enough to continue watching it. You know, love me or hate me, it's still an obsession. So yeah, anyways, that was kind of cool. Not really much going on because it's slow here, so I think I'm gonna wrap that up. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz.
Send Carl some money on PayPal so he can buy himself something to eat. Then he won't have to sell his body to Albanian men on the street. We're broke hippies living out in the desert, no money and no shoes. And he may smoke the marijuana, but at least he won't spend it all